and it was a singing vagina.
Padded Room Radio is back on the air, beaches. My name is Darian. I have returned. I'm a little punchy this week. I am, man. I'm tired. I'm probably dehydrated. My fucking legs are sore. I'm punchy. Man, buddy's in the house.
Hey, what's going on?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm a little punch drunk, man. Just, it's been a fucking weekend, dude.
Yeah.
And it didn't end till about 11:30 last night.
Wow.
Take, yeah. Whole fucking thing. What's up with you, though?
Well, did you get any issues with your leg? Because I remember for a while it was cramping or something.
So I ran a half marathon over the weekend. We had to go to the Avenue of the Giants, California. Ooh. It's in the California Redwoods. Mm-hmm. It's about 6 hours away. So I got a 6-hour drive ahead of me to get there. Fucking starts snowing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Going over the pass is 28 inches of snow all of a sudden. Wow. Fucking shit. Luckily, we made it over before the worst of it, but we still did have to drive through the goddamn snow. We get there, everything's cool, Airbnb is great. We got 4 different families doing it, to include a fucking squad plus of children.
Okay.
So there's a couple of the dads decide they're not going to run. They can stay and watch the kids while me and my gang of fucking street soccer moms
there you
go out there and tackle the California Redwoods.
It sounds like a porno.
No, they can't. They can't keep up with me, buddy. No, not in the Redwoods. But we run. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Normally, when I train in Reno, and then whenever I do a run in California, it's a cakewalk. Mm-hmm. This one is usually. This one was just up and down and up and down and up and down. So it was pretty rough.
Paved dirt.
Paved.
Ooh.
Which is even worse.
Yeah.
Dirt's a lot easier on the knees and the joints and stuff. But
wow.
This was basically we just ran on the street. So there is a highway that goes through the Redwoods. They close it off for this marathon, so we did it. Here's the best part, man. We finished the run. We got 2 Airbnbs, right? One of them's got a hot tub, the other one doesn't. Oh. We got the one without the hot tub. So we're like, okay, we're going to freshen up, and then we're going to head over to the other house with the hot tub, and we'll all get in the hot tub. We freshen up, everything's cool. We go to the other house. One of the wives drops her wedding ring down an air vent.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
Now we have a serious problem on our hands, buddy. And everybody is sore, and nobody wants to deal with this shit.
So you show up, and then she loses the wedding ring.
It was an hour after I showed up. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So apparently there's a cool thing you could do. I didn't know about this, but if you have an Apple Watch, you can turn the camera on and feed the image to your watch, which is what we had to do. We had to lower somebody's iPhone into the air vent, while the owner of the iPhone had the camera feed going to his watch, and then another guy comes in with a coat hanger, finds the ring and scoops it towards the vent, and then once it's close enough, you pull, everybody backs the fuck off, and then I reach down and grab it because I've got long arms.
Damn. Yeah. So she was able to get the ring.
We got the ring
That's
back.
Awesome.
That was a good hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds like it would be.
A very intense hour, full of apologies to her husband.
Oh, yeah.
It was a shit show there for me.
Wow.
Well, we got the wedding ring back.
That's good.
You motherfucker. But and then on top of that, I don't get home until about 11 o'clock last night. I got to be at work at 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a little punchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A little, still dehydrated, I'm sure, from that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, well, that was the other thing. Of course, the drive home, now because I know I'm dehydrated, I'm slamming water, and so is everybody else, so we got to stop every 6
15
miles.
minutes.
Yeah, every 6 miles, give or take.
Yeah.
A pee break or a car sick break, because we got a bunch of kids with us and
Oh,
stuff.
man.
Ah, buddy!
That's awesome.
How was your weekend, big guy?
Weekend was good.
Yeah?
It was one of those things where, leaving the other job, having the weekend, and then now that I started the new job this week, I'm still on the old schedule. So right now I can start at 9,
Yep.
which is, just because we're not doing anything really.
Right.
We're not going to be starting up the whole company for another month or two.
Cool.
And so it's just sleep in and go to work, but I am still scheduled. So like the other morning, I got up at 4:30, my usual alarm time. This morning, 3:30. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So I might have to actually stay up later.
There you go.
And then see if that works.
Yeah. Try to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of,
maybe.
That's
I don't
me.
know.
I cannot sleep past 6.
Yeah, me either.
I'm just used to having to be at work at 7 every goddamn day. Mm-hmm. So 6 o'clock, I'm up, and I'm usually in a panic too. Oh shit, 6 o'clock, I gotta go.
Right.
Oh fuck me, it's Sunday. Never mind. Yeah. Stupid. Right on, Dan. Well, we got a horror show to get into here, Monsignor.
Yeah.
Got a horror news, listener mail, all the fun stuff that we do. Mm-hmm. How about a little horror news to get us rolling?
Oh, yeah.
Horror news.
What do you got there, Hot Pants?
Well, you've seen George A. Romero's Diary of the Dead, right?
Don't get me fucking started, sir.
Well, it's good.
Hey, are you fucking with me right now?
Nope.
I will fire your ass.
Well, it's getting a new Steelbook Blu-ray release. I know you're excited for this one.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
It's available at Walmart on Steelbook Blu-ray for $24.99.
You know, I went by Walmart the other day. They actually had like a Train to Busan steelbook.
That would be awesome.
They have it. They also had a Prisoners in a Ghostland steelbook.
Okay.
I've watched that movie 2 or 3 times. It still does not make a lick of sense to me.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage as a samurai the outlaw, I guess.
Something like that.
It does not make any sense. They actually had, they don't have, a lot of, regular DVDs or Blu-rays, but they're racked with these steelbook situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's July 2nd if you
Get
decide
fucked.
to...
I'm not going to put... No.
No?
No, man.
All right, so there's 5 new horror movies releasing this week. You ready to hear what
ready,
they're?
yeah.
At home, by the way.
Okay, all right.
All right, so this is from May 6th to May 12th.
Okay.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
All right.
You can rent the film for $19.99 or purchase it for $24.99.
You seen it yet?
No, I have not.
All right.
I'm excited to.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
because I like the other one.
Sure.
Abigail, which you can purchase the film for $24.99 or rent it for $19.99.
All right. I'm not going to rent a movie for $20.
No, if you're going to spend that much, you might as well just pay the extra $5 and just buy it.
Buy it.
Yeah. Founders Day. It doesn't say any renting costs or anything like that, but it's available on digital courtesy of Dark Sky Films.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about that one.
Larry Fessenden.
Yeah. Mind, Body, Spirit, which is a new found footage horror movie. This is, same thing, it's available on VOD.
Okay.
And see, Last Stop in Yuma County. This arrives Friday, May 10th in select theaters and VOD.
Barbara Crampton in that one.
Yes.
Some kind of a horror western from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so that's those. Black Cab, first look at Nick Frost in a supernatural horror movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually looking pretty good. Looking forward to that one.
Me too.
Of course, Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead.
Right.
You can expect that to come on Shudder later this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'll check that out.
Did you ever watch Snowpiercer?
No, I did not watch Snowpiercer.
All right, me either. Final season, I guess, is coming to AMC and AMC Plus this summer.
All right.
Sunday, July 21st at 9 p.m.
Okay.
Now, I know you've been really waiting for this one. The tall man from Phantasm
Okay.
finally gets his own Funko toy. That's right. You can get your own tall man Funko toy. It's expected to hit toy shelves soon. It doesn't say anything like cost or when. It just says soon.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like the tall man from Phantasm.
Yep.
If he had a brick for a
If
head.
he had a brick for a head.
Yes. Stupid.
All right, that's all I got. What do you got?
Hey, I got a few things here there, buddy. What do we got here? Michelle Yeoh will star in Prime's Blade Runner 2099 series.
Yes, I like her. She's a really good actress.
She is. I enjoy her work. I'm not a big Blade Runner guy.
No.
I saw the original. I was like, okay, it's
Rutger Hauer.
and Harrison Ford. And then I never saw this new one with Gosling.
I did.
What'd you think?
It was pretty good. I still lean towards the original.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the original.
Sure. It's not, yeah. Whatever, dude.
But this is a series,
It's going to be a series.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I like the Blade Runner like environment, like the
futuristic,
cyberpunk kind of thing going on. I'm into that, so maybe I will check it out.
Yeah. Oh, and Daryl Hannah. Whew.
That was Sean Young.
Oh yeah,
in the original.
Yeah, Sean Young. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Bang her. Before Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. After that,
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Yeah.
Maybe not so much there. Patrick Lussier will direct another 47 Meters Down installment.
Okay.
This is going to be the third one.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's going to be called 47 Meters Down, The Wreck. So, Tim, if you're listening, I'm sure you got a fucking boner right now.
Yeah.
Here comes some more sharks for your face. Very excited for that. You know what I'm not excited for? Riddick. Furia. Another Riddick movie.
Another one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only been about 26 years since the last one. So.
Yeah. Is he in a wheelchair?
I mean, he is taking a union break from
Fast and the Furious
movies.
Yeah, of course.
He's going to squeeze a Riddick movie in.
That's right.
I mean, let's be honest. He just kind of plays the same dude in every movie.
Yeah.
And I don't really care.
I enjoyed the first one when Pitch Black when it came out.
Pitch Black was pretty. That was a horror movie.
Yeah, it was. I thought that was really well done. I mean, it's still rewatchable.
Sure.
These other ones that they tied into is like,
the one with Carl Urban. What was that? Necropolis or something like that.
Something like that.
Necromonger. I don't know.
I don't know.
Party City will release a life-size Terrifier 2, Art the Clown, and Clown Girl animatronic this year.
Oh, life-size.
Life-size.
Animatronic?
Animatronic. I don't know about that, dude. All right.
For those that have a sex room.
She's a little girl.
Oh.
You nasty.
It's not the one that he cuts in half, huh?
No. There's a little clown. You never saw Terrifier 2?
No.
There's a little clown girl.
Now, okay.
We think is probably a figment of art's imagination. Man, it's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
You got to watch Terrifier 2, buddy.
All right, I'll put that on my list.
You put it on your fucking list, will you? That's all I got on the horror news. You ready for some listener mail?
Let's do it.
God damn it.
Listener mail.
Oh, no emails this week, but we do have a voicemail or two, Mr. Man.
Oh.
Yeah, why don't we kick things off with our main man in Alabama. Alan's in the house.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up,
Alan? What's going on, Alan?
Good.
Yeah.
Meet Hook. Nazi horror movies. I'm going to go number 1, Green Room.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Sure.
I'm going to go Dead Snow,
Yeah.
Part 2, and number 3, I'm going to go the original Dead Snow.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know there's others, but I can't think of a lot of them, and
All right.
I got no idea who Mr. Darien is.
I'm
Talk to y'all
obscure.
later. Bye.
I'm obscure this week, Alan.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a hard to think of horror movie. You've probably seen it, but maybe not. I don't know. I didn't really think of Green Room as a Nazi horror movie.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I think Nazis, and I think like World War II, you know, Germans, not a bunch of fucking losers in the Pacific Northwest that happened to waylay a punk band. Have you seen Green Room?
Oh, yeah, I love that
Dude,
movie.
Patrick Stewart
Yeah.
can be a right motherfucker when he wants to. Good, well done, Mr. Stewart.
Yeah.
Right on, Alan. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Let's get down to, or over, I should say, to Anderson, Indiana. Coop Nukem in the house.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Hey.
So, real quick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough zombie horror or Nazi horror movies
Dude,
specifically
they're
to
the best.
remember much of any of the titles. But
Okay.
there was one I wanted to ask you guys.
All right.
There was one I saw many years ago
Okay.
that I think it was called like Frankenstein's Army or
Yep.
something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Frankenstein Soldiers. I can't remember what. And I swear that's the movie and I liked it. I liked the movie Overlord, but I'm not kidding. It was like very, very damn similar to this older
Overlord.
Frankenstein's Army
Overlord.
or whatever it was
Yeah,
called.
Overlord.
Okay.
Anyway, check it out if you haven't. Tell me if there is a similarity. It's been so long since, but I know that they were like taking the soldiers and turning them into some weird demonic shit.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Buddy, hope you made it in safe from your ride.
Oh, yeah.
Darian, you're still a dick.
Wow. Wow. That was unnecessary.
You are what you eat, Darian.
Hey! You motherfuckers! Fuck you both. Yes, Cooper, it is called, if we're thinking of the same movie, it's called Frankenstein's Army.
Yeah, good movie.
Found footage. It's actually it's a World War II documentarian is following a group of Russian soldiers, and they happen upon. I don't think he was a Nazi though. I think he was. I think maybe he worked for one of the Axis powers or somebody. But they find Frankenstein's workshop, and he's basically bioengineering soldiers into these monstrosity machine things. Remember that one that had like a drill bit for a face?
Oh, my gosh,
The
yeah.
mosquito guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was nasty.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of nasty things going on. Yeah, dude, good stuff. Thanks for calling in, Coop.
Yeah.
That was it for the listener mail. You got anything for Cooper or Alan?
Yeah, Cooper, make sure watch some Dead Snow.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think you'll really appreciate those.
You're going to love the Dead Snow movies.
Yeah.
Also, Green Room is pretty good. It's more of a fucking neo-Nazi skinhead type of thing, but it's still a great horror movie. What else you got there? You got the Outpost movies. Those are some of my favorites. You got Death Ship. More Nazi ghosts than anything. There's a good one called... It's kind of hard to find because it's foreign, but it's called The House. You have to find it under like Hounzu or something like that.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah.
It's I think it's like Swedish or Norwegian, but it's about these two Nazis. It's World War II, and these two Nazis capture like a English prisoner, and they're trekking through the Norwegian woods, and they happen upon this old house in the middle of the woods, and there's a big storm coming in, so they have to take shelter in this house, and a bunch of weird shit happens from there. That one's pretty good too. What else you get? There's a good World War I movie, which kind of involves Nazis by proxy, called Death Trench.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah. There's dude. It's like a whole subgenre. And then if you get into not-sploitation movies, then you get into weird sex in concentration camps kind of thing. You know the Ilsa movies, Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS.
Yeah.
You can beat right off to those things. I'm going to tell you right now. All right, enough about that. You ready to get into a movie? Thank you very much, Alan and Cooper, for calling in.
Yes, thank you guys.
Check out Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS. You can pull your dick clean off to that one. Let's do a movie, you fucker.
Yes.
Creeping, crawling terror that stands your hair on end and brings a scream to your lips. There's nothing on earth like The Mummy.
You will not remember what I show you now, and yet I shall awaken memories of love and crime and death.
Now I know his horrible plan. He is going to kill her and make her a living mummy like himself.
The Mummy from 1932, buddy.
Yeah.
Mummy. This one got 7 stars on IMDb.
Yes.
Directed by Carl Freund, written by Nina Wilcox Putnam, stars Boris Karloff, Zita Johann, and David Manners. This movie is approved.
Yes.
But that's the only rating system they had back then. You either get a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Right.
This one got a thumbs up.
And a very cool universal globe with airplane going around. Yeah.
Yep. I love it. Mm-hmm. It's a classic, man.
It is.
It is. And it's pretty much a direct ripoff of Dracula.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Well, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, they all came out, you know. It's
yeah.
Like, I can see why they did it.
So they kind of omitted the love story from Dracula, the 1931 Bela Lugosi classic, but it put it in this one.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us. It's still kind of, I would still call it a monster movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Mummy is still the villain. I mean, there's no getting around that. But at the same time, you're kind of sympathetic towards him.
Right.
We start off in 1921, buddy, with the field expedition of the British Museum in Egypt. We're going to pick up after the big find. They have located a full-on mummy, and they dug him up, and he had a bunch of other shit with him, little boxes and treasures and all kinds of fun things. We're going to meet Sir Jonathan, who is the leading expedition archaeologist.
Yeah.
And he's got a crony with him. For some reason, when these movies were made, it was like customary that there always had to be either a kid on the expedition, which made no sense,
right,
or a reckless degenerate, which also makes very little sense.
Yeah.
In this case, we have the reckless degenerate.
Yes.
I don't know what this guy's deal is. He strikes me as
excited to be there.
a little too excited to be there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made the cut, buddy, but you got to keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Yes.
That's what you got to do. He's excited. He's kind of a Dwight Fry kind of a character from Dracula. Anyway, Professor or Sir Jonathan, the big professor, is there, and he's like, dude, we found it, man. We got it all. We got the mummy. We're going to take him. We can't technically take him back to Britain because we have this deal worked out with the Cairo Museum, but we do get to study it. Very exciting. We got this box here. I don't know what's in the box. It's going to be...
what's in the box?
What's in the box? It's very exciting.
Yeah.
He calls his best friend, Professor Miller, and he says, hey, come on over, dude. We're gonna check this shit out. It's going to be amazing. Going to blow your mind. We're going to get all kinds of research grants. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Professor Miller now is he's a different kind of an archaeologist, but he is local to Egypt. He's Egyptian,
right?
Which makes me wonder why his last name was Miller. But
yeah,
we'll just go with that.
I know, I saw it too.
And he's even got a fun accent, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's fine. Whatever. He comes up and he's doing some translations. We got the mummy. The mummy is there. It's clearly Boris Karloff.
Yes.
The mummy makeup is pretty good, I would say. At this point. Yeah, for being 1932.
Oh, yeah.
Professor Miller rolls up and they wheel out the big box. And they're like, oh, Daddy, we're going to open this thing up. Mm-hmm. Could be gold and riches. Could be whatever it was that was in the suitcase in Pulp Fiction. Could be who knows what's in this box, dude?
Pandora's box.
Before they open it, though, they start looking at the inscriptions, and Professor Miller starts translating. It basically says, you open this box, and you're fucking fucked, fucker.
Yeah, death will come.
You get the big curse of the Egyptian pharaohs, and you don't want it because it's going to be bad.
To be fair, if I read that, they're just trying to scare us.
I'm going to open the goddamn box.
I'm going to open it.
I got to do it.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Like, how real could a curse be, you know?
Sure. And
even if they had, let's say they had witches and stuff and said, I'm putting this curse into this because when you guys open it, decades, millenniums later, it ain't gonna be nothing.
I
mean, what's gonna come out of there?
I'm not gonna live forever. So
cockroaches.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah. Right.
Some kind of a heat rash, kind of a situation. That's bad.
Yeah, it's probably gonna stink.
You know what? I know it's gonna stink for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I'm not gonna be a part of this. Miller takes off, and Sir Jonathan is like, "What? Just calm your ass down." And Miller's like, "No, hey, come here. Let me talk to you outside for a second. I'm going to set you straight." While they're outside chatting it up, our degenerate friend gets all antsy in the pantsy, and he's like, whoa, I'm going to open it up. I got to do it. He opens it up. It's the Scroll of Thoth is inside.
Yeah.
And basically what it is, it's hieroglyph, but it's written instructions on basically how to raise the dead.
Yeah.
And it said that this spell or incantation or whatever you want to call it is what was used by Isis to raise Osiris from the dead after he died, I think. Or maybe it was Anubis. I don't know. But very exciting. He's all antsy in the pantsy, and he's like, he's like writing down what the hieroglyphs say. He's not paying attention to what's going on. That fucking mummy pops up right behind him. And it's
so funny.
Up and running around, and the mummy doesn't really do anything. It just takes the scroll and heads on out, which sends this fucking nutsack right into a hysterical, just having
maniacal laugh,
having the best time of his life, kind of a thing. He's just cackling it up.
Yeah, he is.
But he does let out a couple of screams at first, which sends Sir Jonathan back down. He's like, hey, what's your problem?
To be fair, I'd probably scream at first, like,
I would take a dump in my pants.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now.
And then when it takes a scroll off and leaves, yes.
That is yours?
Yeah.
Let's, I tell you what, you keep that and we'll pretend that I didn't shit my pants. That's going to be our unspoken contract.
And if I get caught shitting my pants, the mummy made me do it.
It doesn't matter if I shit my pants or not. As long as we stick to our story, there was no shit pants when you came out of your coffin. All right? You understand
You didn't see this eye, right?
Definitely did not witness any shitting of the pants.
That's right.
You may have noticed a weird smell, but you paid it no mind. You took your hieroglyph and you were out the door.
That's right.
That's the story, and we're sticking to it.
Yes.
Where's the toilet paper?
That was a scene they didn't show.
No, it's from the outtakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happens. Sir Jonathan comes down. He's like, what the fuck happened? Where's my hieroglyph thing? He's like, the mummy took it, and he went out for a stroll, and he's still cackling. Now we're going to cut to 11 years later. It's now 1932. We've got a follow-up expedition, and we have Sir Jonathan's son, Frank, is now in the house. And he's leading the expedition. Him and his cohort there are digging, and they've got like a gang of laborers that are helping them dig, and they're pretty fed up with the whole shit because Egypt is hot, and they don't want to be there. They're not finding anything, and everything sucks. They're like, you know what? We're going back to the British Museum empty-handed. I don't care. I really hate this job. And that's when there's a knock at the hut, and it's this creepy old guy. It's clearly Boris Karloff again. But now he's wearing a fez, and he looks 60, 70 years younger.
70,
He's still very freeze-dried.
Yes.
But, he doesn't look like a mummy.
Right.
He looks like somebody that might work for a TSA or something like that. I don't
construction
know.
worker that's been out in the sun a lot.
Wait, did not use a lot of sunscreen. Or maybe a goth, a fan of The Cure, perhaps. I don't know which way he's going. He shows up and he's like, "You will not leave Egypt just yet." And they're like, "What are you talking about, old timer?" And he hands him like a piece of like broken up pottery. And he's like, "I found this over here. I think if you look at the inscription, it's from the tomb of Anaxamun, and that's where you should probably dig next. So just take your gang and head over that way. I'll show you where I found it. You start digging there, you're gonna find some cool shit. I promise you." And they're like, "Well, we still got the gang of laborers, and we got another day before we can officially leave this place."
I'm not going to question who he is.
All right. He introduces himself as Artif Bey.
Yeah.
All right. Strange name to go with.
Hey,
Artif
right.
Bey. All right, Mr. Artif Bey. We'll see what you got there. I mean, this looks like a legit piece of pottery, so we'll check it out. They take the gang over there. They start digging. Sure as shit, they come upon the tomb of Anaxamun.
Yeah.
Now, this is very exciting. And if you're a fan of the Brendan Fraser movies, you're going to recognize
a lot of these names.
Anaxamun. We're going to find out who Artif Bey really is here. It's Imhotep.
Yep.
But we'll get more into that in a second. Very exciting. So they start digging. They find the tomb of Anaxamun. They're like, "Oh, shit. This is Anaxamun. She was one of the princesses of ancient Egypt. And this is very exciting. We got the whole tomb here, all kinds of shit in there. We got her mummy is right there. That's also very exciting. Let's get this going."
Yeah.
So now they write back, and now here comes Sir Jonathan, who's still alive. He's got gray hair now. He comes down, and he's now going to supervise the dig. And we get all that shit out. We're just... Because this movie is made in 1932 and it's only an hour and 13 minutes long, we just have to kind of hopscotch our way through this.
Yeah.
And assume that there's a lot of things that happen that we didn't see.
Right.
So now we're going to cut to like a couple weeks later, I guess. They get all the shit out of the tomb, and it's now set up there in the museum in Cairo to include the mummy of Anaxamun. All the artifacts that came with her, all that fun shit. And we're having some kind of a gala event. There's like a party happening to celebrate something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
I don't know, but I like to think that just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a formal occasion. And we're going to meet a young lady by the name of Helen Grosvenor. Grosvenor. She's pretty hot. She's played by Zita Johan. She had a very Drew Barrymore look to me.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's hot to trot, I guess, for 1932. And she's there with her dad, and they're kind of enjoying the party. And we're going to cut back to the museum at Cairo, where Artif Bey has infiltrated and somehow managed to kill one of the guards. And how he's now using the... in case there was any confusion, we can clear that right up. He is the mummy, and he is Imhotep, but he's using his the scroll of Thoth to like summon the spirit of Anaxamun, and he's trying to put the spirit of Anaxamun in the body of Helen Grosvenor.
Yeah.
So exciting, I guess. How he came upon Helen Grosvenor to be, it was just a random chick?
No, she wasn't random. She was actually a blood relative because I guess she was Egyptian, and it said it later on that she's like a distant relative.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that. So, yeah, he's like, okay, he's got to like say the incantation, and then the guard, of course, catches him, so he puts the Vulcan death touch on him or whatever. He's got like a cool ring, and he does like a Jedi mind kind of a "I'm gonna get you," and then you just kind of die is what happens.
Yeah.
That he kills the guard, unfortunately. In the meantime, at the gala event party, Helen Grosvenor is getting very like woozy, and she's like, "Whoa, I don't." She kind of staggers out and gets into a car, and she makes the guy in the car take her to the museum where Artif Bey / Imhotep is, and she just starts randomly beating on the door, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta get into the museum." And that's when Frank catches her.
Right.
Frank being the son of Sir Jonathan. He's like, hey, lady, what the hell? And then she just collapses. So he does the gentlemanly thing, which is abduct her.
Yeah.
You just scoop her up and put her in your car and take her home for a good rogering.
I gotta write this in my notes, see how this works out.
If ever you should happen upon a disoriented young lady, you're going to want to fuck her first.
Oh.
And then check her for ID.
Wait.
Hey, it's the
You're
gentlemanly...
supposed to check ID first to make sure she's 18,
No,
right?
no.
Skip that
You
part?
have to fuck her first.
Oh,
buddy.
okay.
She could die, okay?
Let me erase this.
It's a gentlemanly thing to do.
That's right.
That's how things went in movies in 1932. Don't get mad at me, motherfuckers. That's what happened.
That's right.
He scoops her up. He takes her back to his place. And he's like, hey, I found this random hot chick trying to get into the goddamn museum. So she kind of crashes on the couch. Sir Jonathan comes down. He's like, yeah, that's a pretty hot chick. He calls Miller, Professor Miller. He comes by. And for a second, she gets up and she's kind of disoriented. And she says the name Anaxinamun, which at this point in the film, nobody should know except for the two professors.
Right.
Because apparently that name hasn't been spoken in quite some time. She also mentions Emotep, so they're like, okay, whoa, this chick is out of it, and she's basically speaking ancient Egyptian. What the hell, what did she have at the party? Because I want to try some of that. Excuse me. So everybody's kind of confused there for a second. Now we're going to cut back to Emotep / Artif Bey, who's like, shit! I sort of half-assed summoned the spirit of Anaxinamun, which is great. I did kill a guard. That sucks. But I left my fucking parchment scroll of Thoth at the museum, and now I got to track that shit down. So here's what we find out about Emotep. He's got like an apartment set up somewhere.
Yeah.
With a random high-definition HD TV viewing pool, I guess, is what you call it. And if you hover over it just right, you can basically see whatever the hell's going on wherever, and you'll just know.
Yeah.
So he does that over his
Who needs witches?
No, dude, you just need a pool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess you got to clean it twice a week. You know, make sure no algae builds up. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little blurry.
I don't know if you can get like you porn on that. That would help. But anyway, he's like, "Oh shit! There's my scroll thing." Professor or Sir Jonathan has it there at his house. He's like, "Well, I'm going to head on over there and get myself my scroll back." So he shows up at Sir Jonathan's house. In the meantime, Frank and Helen. It's watching it now. It feels a little rapey.
Yeah.
But you just kind of have to roll with it because
Right.
he basically lays down on top of her and he's like, "I won't have you laughing at me. I intend to make love to you." And she's like, "Okay, I think I love you too." And then they make out for a second.
The way he was talking to her was so weird.
I assume that's just the way it went
I
down.
love you.
I've known
And I will do anything for you.
I found you 6 minutes ago, drunk and disoriented, trying to break into a museum.
Yes.
Okay?
I will make you love me.
How many teeth do you have?
I know.
Because if that were to happen here in Reno,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to check you for track marks. I'm definitely not bringing you to my house.
No.
I will probably just call somebody and then be on my way. Fall
Yeah.
in love. Get the fuck out. And put my mouth on you? No.
Right?
We're not making out, babes. Anyway, yeah, they basically fall in love. And Professor Miller comes out and he catches them making out. And he's like, "Whoa, hey, oh, that escalated." And he goes right back into his study there. About this time, Artif Bey shows up and he's like, "I intend to speak to Sir Jonathan." So he walks right in, and while Frank is in the study talking to his dad, and this is when Artif Bey / Emotep recognizes Anaxinamun, and they basically just have themselves a staring contest, like right in the middle of everything. And
Yeah.
people come out and they're like, "Hey, Artif Bey's here, everybody! Look at him!" And they're like, she's just like locked onto him, and he's locked onto her, and they're like, "I don't want you to leave," and he's like, "I shall never leave your side, young lady. We should definitely see each other again. I will have sex with you in the back of my car if you so choose.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, this has to suck for Frank, who's officially, like, he just
Professed his love.
yeah, but now he's being almost abruptly friend-zoned after this.
Yeah.
She is hot in the panties for Ardif Bey.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's, like, half possessed.
She likes older men.
Well, she's half possessed by an Oxana Moon, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, that's very creepy. But Professor Miller's like, hey, she's got an Oxana Moon, and I don't know about this Ardif Bey character. I think he might, if she's an Oxana Moon, then he's got to be Emotep.
Gonna Noxamoon her.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think probably because you said that there was a mummy, and he just took off with the parchment, and now they've got it. So he's probably actually the mummy, and that's Emotep. It has to be, right?
Yeah, right.
Everybody's kind of figuring out what the hell's actually going on. Unfortunately, Helen Grosvenor is officially wet in the panties for Ardif Bey. Mm-hmm. She wakes up the next morning and immediately goes directly to his bachelor apartment with the HD TV viewing pool and the very cool statues.
It was.
The statues were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Big cat statue.
Yeah, cat statue and an Isis statue and some other statues. She gets there and he's like, I'm glad you could join me. You can't have your dog in here, though, because I got a bunch of cats, so you have to put your dog over here. So she puts her dog over there.
Was that a blooper?
What?
That whole dog thing?
No.
Okay, because when like the cat was like hissing at and the dog was like barking,
yeah,
and then she goes to hand the rope to the dude behind her and it like slips out of her hand.
Yeah, the dog takes off.
Yeah, the dog takes off, but it was like she was passing it to the dude that was behind her.
Yeah, he wasn't paying attention.
And then right after that scene, she had a big smirk on her face.
It's quite possible. That is quite
so I was like, I wonder if that was an accident. I like rewound it and then played it again. I'm like, look at this. I think that was a blooper because she was almost laughing about it.
You're supposed to take this.
Yeah, you're supposed to take this, and then whoop, the dog takes off.
You asshole! Yeah. All right, cut.
Cut. We're just gonna leave that in there, and then it goes to another scene where it's showing her, and she has like this cheesy grin on her face, like whoops.
Yeah, there goes the dog.
Yeah,
I don't know what our dog.
And then it goes straight. Like all of a sudden, she's back in that trance.
Oh yeah. But anyway, the dog takes off, and so does the cat. And then Ardif Bey / Emotep is like, "Come check out my viewing pool. I have 38 channels for your viewing pleasure." And he basically gives her like we get a fucking flashback here. And he kind of walks her through it. So basically, he is Emotep. She was an Oxana Moon. She got very sick and died. And Emotep was like the high priest of the Egyptian king. Mm-hmm. So there was like a royal decree that you can't fuck around with resurrection. But he was so in love with an Oxana Moon that he went and stole the scroll of Thoth and tried to resurrect her, but he got busted halfway through it.
By the cat god
by
thing?
By the cat, yeah. There was like the statue gave him like a...
Yeah, that was so weird.
No, you do not there, Mr. Man. And then for punishment for that, he basically got mummified and buried alive, and that's where he sat for 3,700 years, which sucks. And... yeah, that's pretty much how it went down. But now everything is cool because she is taking over the body of Ellen Grosvenor, and Emotep is there, and he needs some lotion, but other than that, he's feeling pretty good, and we're ready to get this bromance started.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, halfway through this whole dissertation, whatever the fuck happened to her dog, it sounded like a woman screaming, but she's like, "Oh, my dog." And she goes and takes off after the dog. So it kind of snapped her out of it. She gets back to the house, and that's where the professors and Frank are there, and they're like, "Oh, dude, you got the curse of the Anoxana Moon. You can't be fucking around, dude. We're gonna keep you here. You definitely don't go see Ardif Bey anymore because he's gonna give you the hoogie boogie, which means you can't. Do you want to be Helen or do you want to be Anoxana Moon? Because you got to decide right now."
I love when he was drilling that question to her because, like, "Oh, what happened to you? I was over so and so because the dog got out.
Yeah,
where's the dog?
Yeah,
it died.
I definitely am not
by
seeing,
a cat.
I'm definitely don't have a side piece right now.
Yeah.
It's just this dog. Yeah, you're fucking.
Oh, yeah, she was out of it.
You're banging Ardif Bay is what's really happening, slut. So that's pretty gnarly, but everybody's like, okay, no. She's not a slut. She just is possessed by an Oxymoon, and she's trying to get off with Emotep. We got to keep her in Helen mode, and what we got to do is keep her sedated, and apparently she's getting sick all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So there's doctors coming, and she's like, you know what, I'm just going to doll myself. I want to look like a normal human being for Frank for a second. And they're like, yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, sure
you
you
go
do.
ahead and put your makeup on there, sweet tits. Frank, can we talk to you for a second? And Frank's like, oh, look at her. She looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, no, she's trying to sneak the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she's not doing that for you.
No, she's trying to get fingered by Ardif Bay again.
Yeah, the old man.
Yeah. The old dried up piece of jerky down the street.
That's right.
And he's like, shit. He's like, no. We got this.
He's more experienced.
Yeah. What we're going to do, we're going to let her go, okay? And this time we're going to follow her.
Mm-hmm.
And this time when she goes down there, we're going to go down there and kick Ardif Bay's ass.
Yeah.
And then that should break the spell, is what we're hoping. Okay. All right. That's the plan. So, but Emotep is on it. He's watching this whole shit through the 42-inch flat screen viewing pool, and he's like, I got you, motherfuckers. She goes back to sleep, and then he kills Sir Jonathan by giving him the Jedi fist squeeze, gives him a heart attack, and then he sends one of his servants in there to start a fire in the fireplace, but he doesn't burn the scroll of Thoth. He burns a bunch of random papers. And then when Professor Miller shows up, he's like, oh, thank God. He burned the scroll of Thoth, so we don't have to worry about this anymore. But then, like, a minute and a half later, Frank, I keep wanting to call him Jonathan from Dracula, Jonathan Harker. Frank is supposed to be watching Helen, and then Emotep gives him the Jedi fist squeeze, which lays him down, but it doesn't kill him.
Right.
There's a pendant of Isis, which I guess protects him from that, sort of. So knocks him out. Helen pops up out of bed and goes wandering down to Emotep's place. Emotep's there, and he's got like a whole wardrobe for her picked out. Some very slutty bikini situation going on. He's like, come on in, babe. I got you some new clothes here.
Yeah.
You're going to love this shit. Come on in. I'm going to take care of you, girl.
Yeah, I got you.
She gets all dolled up in her Egyptian goddess thing, and Emotep's like, yeah, look at you, baby. We're all hot to trot. We just got to do this quick ceremony real quick so we can be together forever. And she's like, yeah, I'm down. And he's like, okay, I'm going to have my guy here. He's going to kill you, and then we're going to do the mummy thing, and then after that, we're immortal, and that's going to be kick-ass, right? Yeah. And she's like, whoa. Here comes his manservant with the ceremonial dagger, and she's like, hey now. Whoa.
You had me until you said dagger.
Okay, do we need to be stabbing people? I don't think so.
I thought you were just going to pop in a Blue Chew and we'd be good to go.
Yeah, dude. There's other rituals that we can do.
Right?
That don't involve stabbing. I mean, they do, but in a different
way.
So she's like, well, hey, just hang out there for a second. She doesn't want to give up she wants to stay young. And she doesn't want to look like a piece of beef jerky the way Emotep does. So she's like, all right, well, hey, let's just talk this out for a second. I am a priestess of Isis, and I am like, I guess that means she's like the bringer of light or something like that. And he's a priest of Anubis, which is like the death god. And he's like, well, yeah, I get that, but do you want to be with me or not? Because we got to do this. It's the only way. And about this time, we're going to cut back to the house where Frank is coming to. And Professor Miller's like, dude, you were supposed to stay awake, you fucking asshole. Yeah. And she just took off. She's over there right now, probably getting banged in the mouth. So let's go over there. I don't know why I added that part. that was unnecessary.
Banged in the mouth.
She's probably not getting face up.
That's stupid.
I've got a lot of growing up to do.
Oh, goodness.
All right. They're like, hey, let's haul ass over there before he comes in her mouth. You have got a lot of growing up to do.
Oh,
We got to stop the whole shit, man, before he fucking sticks her with the ceremonial dagger. They get there just as eventually she agrees, because she's like, well, you're going to kill me if I do, or you're going to, at least if I agree to it, then you'll kill me and then you'll bring me back. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm down. They lay her down on the ceremonial altar. They are just about to stab her in the heart. That's when Frank and Miller show up. But just before that, the statue of Isis raises the Ankh as if to say, you do not. No, you don't.
Right.
And then a big light shines down on Emotep, and that's when Frank shows up with the parchment. He lights it on fire, and then Emotep basically shrivels up into a bag of bones there. And it's pretty much. And then Ellen wakes up, and she's like, oh, God, why am I dressed like a hua? And they're like, oh, I think you're kind of hot. And
right.
That's pretty much the end of your movie there.
Let me take you back home, because I love you.
I kind of like this Egyptian.
Yeah.
That's the end of your movie, buddy. What'd you think?
Good movie.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. This is...
It's a great start off to all these other ones, you know? It's good.
Yeah. If you like the Brendan Fraser movies, you'll like this, because it's a pretty faithful adaptation, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a 90s Hollywood blockbuster summer smash hit with plenty of CGI scarabs and undead dog people and things like that. But the bones of the story are the same, which I rather dig. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm into it. It spawned a whole franchise of spin-offs, and I have the Legacy collection, the Mummy Legacy collection.
Nice.
It's got the Mummy, the Mummy's Hand, the Mummy's Ghost, Son of the Mummy, I think.
Does it include the Scorpion Kings in there?
No. It's only the Universal originals.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool.
But there was getting up into the 1960s, they were still cranking out Mummy movies.
Damn.
And then you can get into the Aztec Mummy movies, which were the Mexican knockoffs.
Oh, wow.
Which had a lot of mummies fighting luchadors and things like that. Yeah, they're fun for what they are.
Right.
Yeah, not a bad show. You could probably find it. I think it's public domain now.
Yes.
Where did you watch it?
YouTube.
YouTube, sure. That's a good place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, check it out, inmates, if you're in the mood for some mummy action. Why don't we take us a little break and we'll come back with some other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hey inmates, if you like what you hear, head over to the Padded Room Facebook group and support us through the Patreon link with a small monthly donation. Check out the T-Villain link at paddedroom.podbean.com and grab some t-shirts. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back, amigo.
Yeah.
We did it. We made it through the first installment of Mummy Month.
Yes.
Here in the Padded Room. There are a shocking, for what a small subgenre it is, there are a shocking number of mummy movies.
Oh, yeah, there is.
And it's going to get pretty it's going to get pretty silly coming up here in the coming month of May. May is for mummies.
Mummy May.
Hey, Mother's Day is coming up.
That's right.
Mummy's Day is coming up.
I love you, Mummy.
Oh, Mummy. Let's do a meat hook here, hot dog.
Yes.
3 on a meat hook.
This week's meat hook: horror romances. I know. You're thinking, can it be a horror and a romance? I submit to you that it can. How about number 3, buddy?
I didn't want to put this at number 1. The Lost Boys.
Okay. It has romantic elements, I would say.
He was totally into that chick.
Oh, yeah. And she was, I guess, into him. And
yeah.
I kind of...
And protecting him in the same way.
I kind of feel like he was headed to the friend zone, though. Like she was using him to get away from David and... Yeah.
Yeah.
Like once I feel like once the dust settled, she was like, oh, thank you so much. Let's keep in touch. And then she hauled ass.
Or she liked his purity.
Sure, I'm into it. Chicks always go for the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. You know, they do.
Fucking assholes.
Right?
My number 3 is a movie called Spring. Have you seen it?
Oh, no.
It's actually a pretty good movie. It's this kid gets in trouble, so he flees the country and goes to Italy, where he hooks up with a smoking hot young lady. Gets to know her, gets to fall in love with her. She's genuinely interested in him. Starts finding weird syringes around her house.
Oh.
And make a long story short, I don't want to spoil. I guess I have to. She basically is a Lovecraftian monster.
Oh, wow.
That is maintaining, like, she's like 300 years old.
Damn.
But as long as she can, like, eat the occasional person and keep herself doped up, she can hold on to the hot chick persona.
Wow.
And he's got to learn to either accept her for being a tentacled crustacean, or he's either got to learn to accept that, or he's got to get the fuck out of there, is what he's got to do. How about number 2, dude?
The Fly.
Really? You thought that was romantic?
Yeah.
How?
He was like totally in love with the lady.
Sure. But then he turned into that.
Yeah, but I mean, still, he loved her.
Dude, I've done some things to impress chicks. I'm not proud of them, but turning myself into an insect, that's where I don't care how hot you are, dude. I'm not going to turn into a fucking larvae, buddy. I'm not going to vomit on food and then slurp it up with my weird straw appendage. It's disgusting. My number 2 is a lesser-known movie. I don't think many of you have seen it. It's called The Siren. Was on Shudder for a hot second. Basically, you have a chick, siren, mermaid. I don't know what she is exactly, but she cannot get out of this lake. She has to drown people in the lake to keep living. I don't know if she eats them, like at the bottom of the lake or something. It's never really gotten into. Yeah. She does kill some kids, though, unfortunately. But then this deaf young man shows up at like a summer retreat there at the lake, and he's all by himself, and he's heartbroken because his piece of shit girlfriend just broke up with him. And he ends up falling in love with the siren, and they kind of have like an actual relationship there for a hot second. There's this weird scene where they have sex, but she's got to keep like 1 foot in the lake, otherwise she dies. So it's like a weird thing on the pier. Very strange. Doesn't give you a lot of freedom of movement.
No,
especially for like a doggy style situation. It's more of a lean.
It's a lean
doggy lean, I guess. But it's still a pretty good movie. It's made by the same guy that made They Look Like People.
Oh yeah,
you've ever seen that one? That's my number 2. How about number 1, buddy?
Let the Right One In.
See, now that is kind of a controversial standpoint right there, because you will say it's a romance, and watching it you will think that it's a romance, but when you get to the end you're like, she never gave a shit about him, she just needed another minion to do her bidding, and now this poor kid got suckered into a life of servitude. He
was totally into her, though.
I know, but it really sucked for him.
Yeah, it did.
I feel like.
Yeah.
It's still a great show.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one. My number 1, Dracula, 1992.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was hot for Winona Ryder. I was rooting for Gary Oldman because, I don't know, Keanu Reeves just seemed like he had a stick up his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Harker. I don't know, man. But if you've ever read the book Dracula, that's not how it goes at all. Dracula's the villain. He's not looking to fall in love.
No.
He just uses Mina as leverage, pretty much, against Harker. It's a whole thing. I don't want to do a deep dive on that. But it's still a great show.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite horror romance, Dracula from 1992. We would love to know what your favorite horror romance movies are, inmates. Let us know. Get a hold of us on the mental health hotline, area code 775-387-0275, or you get us on the email, which is still active. Just go to paddedroompodcast.com, hit the mail link, let us know what you think, or just tag the little tab there that says 3 on a meat hook, and then you can plug your movies in there if you want.
Yeah.
How can we make this any easier for you? Would you like me to give you your favorite fucking horror romance? I'll fill it out for you. I don't care. I got free time. In the meantime, inmates, I think it's time we told you what movies we got to watch this week in a little segment called What Are You Looking At?
Yeah.
I had a busy fucking week, buddy. A lot of packing and unpacking and running and applying chafe balm. And oh, it's no good.
What are you looking at?
I got one movie in this week, buddy.
Yeah?
It's called The Golden Glove. Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
It's basically a true crime thing about the German serial killer Fritz Honka.
Okay.
1970s, killed, I think, 6 or 8 different women.
Wow.
In his disgusting apartment. It was gross. It's gross on a lot of, like, I mean, I don't know what post-World War II Germany looked like, but I imagine it was a lot of this. Like, these little dive bars would pop up, and people were just in these shitty economic situations, women especially, because it's just right after World War II, so a lot of husbands and sons didn't come home.
Right.
So they just kind of became barflies and borderline prostitutes to where, you know, they'll go home with anybody if they can catch a meal in a warm place to sleep for the night. So it's just gross, you know. And the 70s dive bars are just these clouds of cigarette smoke and body odor. And this is, I mean, the actor that played Fritz Honka is actually a good-looking dude, but they uglied the fuck out of him.
Damn.
Because Fritz Honka was an ugly troglodyte of a human being.
Right.
But, yeah, sex perv, very lonely guy, just really killed the shit out of these poor young ladies.
Damn.
It's nasty. And I watched it while I was eating Slim Chickens, which makes it even worse in a way, you know? And it's not even like the killing and the stabbing that was the gross part. It was like him in his goddamn dank apartment. You know what I mean?
Right.
And with all the pornography on the walls. And chicks are still going home with him, and they're like, can I stay with you tonight? I'll fuck you if you want. And he's like, well, I got to strangle you first.
Damn.
Gross, man. It's gross.
So was he a cannibal or just a killer?
No, he was a sex killer, but I think I didn't actually do any research on it. The movie portrayed him as being a staggering alcoholic, but extremely horny and extremely lonely. So he would bring these chicks home from these disgusting dive.
Wow.
That's why the movie is called The Golden Glove, is because the bar that he would frequent was the Golden Glove.
Oh, I thought that was a condom he was wearing.
God. There was no condom usage there at all.
Okay.
I don't think they even...
Hold on a second. Let me put on my golden glove.
He even knew what a condom was.
Okay.
He's just throwing the dick around. But by the time he would get this disgusting barflies home with him, he'd be so fucking hammered. Of course, he's not going to get it up.
Right.
So then he's struggling with all these gay thoughts. So then he's got to kill them because he's mad at himself because he can't produce a boner. And it's just gross, dude.
Wow.
It's so gross. I found that one streaming on Tubi. So if you want to ruin some Slim Chickens, that's a good way to do it.
Okay.
That's all I'm looking at, buddy. What do you got?
I was able to check out, it's not horror, but it's an anime.
Okay.
And it's One Piece.
Okay.
Okay, so this isn't the anime version of One Piece. This is a live action on Netflix.
Seen it advertised on Netflix.
It is amazing.
Really?
So check it out. I think I've never seen the anime version of it. I've heard my wife's son, he watches the anime a lot, and so he knows all about it. Great film, and so it's a series. And they are actually bringing another series into it for the live action.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, really good. I recommend that. And then I also saw, I'm watching American Horror Story starting from the beginning. So I'm finished Murder House.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's an arduous task you got to have.
Yes.
I will say this. It doesn't seem like it, but there is a continuous storyline.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay attention to last names and timelines. You won't see any tie-ins until season 5.
Oh, wow. That far out.
Once you get to season 5, well, if you're really paying attention, you'll catch a little Easter egg here and there in season 3. But it's very quick, and it's all conjectural.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that. Right on, man. That's all we're looking at. How about some immersion therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Immersion therapy.
What'd you think of Baghead there, buddy?
Loved it.
Pretty good show, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand the very end of it, like that whole. They're showing a bunch of clips of everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell was all those clips about?
Yeah. I think it was like a weird kind of. She's loose. She's taking like parts of all of these dead people with her.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was like in control of everything going on. Like, I actually planted all these seeds in all these different people. And I was like, what the hell?
That could be too, now that you say it. I never thought of it that way, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I was just a little lost on the very end.
Here's what I don't understand. I mean, this is kind of a formula that we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It's very Pet Sematary, very Wakewood.
It's similar to Talk to Me.
Talk to Me also. Very, yay. You wanna spend some time with your dead loved one? Okay, sure, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to follow the fucking rules, buddy.
Yes.
Nobody ever wants to follow the fucking rules. That's what happened in Wakewood. They tried to take the kid out of the town. Pet Sematary, they told you not to put the kid in there. The cat's okay, sort of, but don't do the kid.
Mm-mm.
Nobody follows the rules, and then everything gets fucked up from there. This particular occasion, you have exactly 2 minutes. Fuck around past 2 minutes and you're in trouble.
Right.
Naturally, nobody wants to listen, so everybody gets in trouble, and then here comes all the nasty shit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I liked it too, man. I like the when you get the history of how she got there, what she is and how she got put under the bar, why the bar is there, who put the bar there. That's the shit that I'm really into.
I know.
The whole backstory. It's fun.
There's so much they could do with that.
Oh, yeah. It's fun when they just kind of put it there and you got to do your own math.
Right.
But when they take the time to, build this little universe for us, I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, dude. What is our immersion therapy for this week?
All right, this week let's check out 2023's Infested. This is about residents of a rundown French apartment building battle against an army of deadly, rapidly reproducing spiders. And you'll check out this gem on Shudder.
Check that shit out, inmates. We'll do the same and compare notes next week.
Mm-hmm.
But now it is time for you to educate me.
Yeah.
Educating Miss Monica.
First, my clues from last week. I am sick of being sexually assaulted by my stepdad, so I'm going to pack my bags and hit the road to Florida from the Pittsburgh area. It's 1982, and it's not too hard to pick up a hitchhiking ride, so I got that going for me. Couple of dudes pick me up. They seem all right. We stop for some beer. One of them's getting a bunch of crap because he's black. We get headed on down the road there. We get pulled over by some cops, and oh shit, these aren't actually cops. It's actually a family of psychos that killed some real cops and took their uniforms, and now they want to sacrifice me to the devil at midnight, buddy. The name of the movie is Midnight.
Oh.
Written by John Russo.
All right.
The same guy that wrote Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, very cool.
It's low budget. It's kind of silly, actually, but...
So you made it sound way cooler than it actually is?
Probably, yeah. I probably just wrote a nice commercial for Midnight.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's actually... it's I don't know. It's not good.
Okay.
It fits more into that silly, nostalgic slasher kind of early 80s horror where directors and writers were just kind of throwing shit. See, what happened was, man, you had independent hits like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Night of the Living Dead, and these movies were made super cheap, and they were made like inside of 2 months flat.
Right.
And they blew the fuck up, made millions of dollars. So all of a sudden, everybody says, oh shit.
Oh, we could do that.
We could do that. I don't know. Just start filming, and we'll write it as we go. Fuck, here's some blood. Here's some boobs. What can we get? A Minotaur? Do we have a Minotaur? Let's put a Minotaur in there, and some kind of a murder car situation. I don't know. Just keep filming, man. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, really none of them actually worked, but we did get a lot of movies like Midnight, which are actually Flesh Eater, same thing. They're fun to watch now, but you know it's the spirit in which they're intended. I like to think. Who might I be this week, you ask? I am a stranger in a strange town, buddy. I am a newly orphaned 17-year-old, moving in with my fucking jack-off cousin and his parent, my aunt and uncle. They don't like me. I don't like them. I'm in a new town. I'm struggling to fit in. The only thing I can connect with is my music and the one other metalhead that I happen to fall upon in the local record store. And we just found out that a retired rock star is also living in this neighborhood, and he may or may not have unlocked the secrets of demon rock. And all we got to do is break into his house, get his sheet music, start a band with our loser D&D friends, and then we will then become rock gods, buddy. As long as we don't play the shit backwards, because then all hell's going to break loose. But we kind of have to play the shit backwards because it's going to be even more kick-ass, right? Let's do it, man! Who might I be, you ask? Tune in next week, and I will drop some knowledge on you, inmates. In the meantime, I think that's about it for us this week. Thank you very much for joining us, as usual, inmates. Like, comment, subscribe wherever you found this show. That helps our visibility quite a bit. Join us next week for Dawn of the Mummy here in Mummy Month. I don't have high hopes for this one.
No.
You got anything else on the week, Big Dog?
No.
Alrighty. For Jason and Absentia, mummies here and there and everywhere. Death metal. Animatronics that you can purchase for display. Not for sexual purposes, buddy. For display in your front lawn. And the Padded Room Podcast. I'm afraid visiting hours are over.
Bye, and have a great week.